Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. Today I have a Bible journaling process for you. I know it's been quite a while, and I'm going to be working in the ByTheWell4God Blessed to be a Blessing. This is our November kit, and I am on day 3, and it was so good. As you can see, there's a lot of notes, a lot of highlighting, and I really loved this day, and I wanted to do a page kind of revolving around empowering favor. This really convicted me and spoke to me in a great way. So I'm going to put a Bible journaling page together, and I am going to be doing so in my interleaved Bible. I have chosen to journal in Ephesians chapter 3, verse 7, and it reads, "Of this gospel I was made a minister according to the gift of God's grace, which has given me by the working of his power." And I love that verse, and what I'm going to go do is I am going to use these beautiful leaves that you see here out on my desk. What I did was, there is a physical paper pack that you could have got as an add-on with the kit. And what I did was, it was kind of a paper like this. I don't have any more because I cut them all out. And I just went in and cut out the leaves that were on the page. So there's some beautiful pattern papers. I'm going to link these below with all the fall vibes. I'm thinking of doing the same with this one as well, just cut out the leaves. But it was more of a fuller page of leaves. So I have all different shapes. I even have some corner ones. So I'm going to use these to kind of make the background of my page. I'm also going to lay down a background with Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide ink. I'll be using some journaling cards, this beautiful burlap, and yeah, let's dig in. So first I start off by putting a Bible mat underneath just to have a firm surface. And I'm double checking to make sure I have the correct verse. And I am going to pull out all the tools from this little pouch that I have that I know I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use this orange mild liner to highlight my verse. I am journaling in Ephesians 3:7 as I already read to you. And now I'm going to work on my background. I'm going to be using this Distress Oxide ink in a Victorian velvet color. And I am going to use water to kind of activate this oxide ink. That's how it works. And then I'm just gonna smoosh that color into the background. Now I'm using an older ByTheWell4God stamp set called Autumn Blooms, and I'm taking off the leaves because I am going to use these leaves to layer all the way around the border of my page. I am using the Versa Magic Black Onyx ink. I will link that below, as well as the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide that I used. I picked this pink color because I think it's going to go really well. All of the other elements are going to be like browns and oranges, so I think the pink is going to be a softer tone in the background. So I've stamped all the black leaves. These are going to fill in the gaps of the other leaves, and you'll see how that comes along. So I'm going to grab all the ones that I feel like are more of the edge pieces, and then I'm just going to start trying to see how I want this laid out. So as you can see, I'm kind of just picking and putting around my page, filling in the gap. And so the stamped black and white leaves will be kind of poking through. This is really a no-brainer. If you have any type of leaf, pattern paper, I feel like you can do some type of technique like this. This also works really well with florals. So definitely give it a try. So now I'm going to start adhering these. I decided to go with the tape runner because I needed something that I could this is permanent adhesive, but I kind of needed something that it would be a little bit easier for me to tuck things under versus going with the zigzag ink. So now that those are all down, I have the edges, and I'm just going to trim off whatever leaves are hanging over. And now I'm going to use this last piece of burlap to kind of make a small pocket to put my journaling in. So I'm just adding some leaves. I want to make sure that all my corners are really well filled in. And then I'm going to use the same tape runner just on 2 sides to lay down that burlap. Now I'm just going through these colors. Some of them have a burlap feel, but I go for this tone, this pink, like a darker salmon tone, I want to say. And then I had already punched out some tabs with my Memory Decks tab punch. So I'm going to pull out some tabs. I think the pattern papers really shine on this page because I have the leaves from the pattern papers. I have the tabs from different pattern papers. And so now I'm just reaching in for the die cuts to see if I can layer some even more goodies from the devotional. So as we are kind of going through that, I want to read some goodness that I got from day 3 in the Blessed to be a Blessing devotional. John Piper's quote, and I love John Piper, it says, "Grace is the pleasure of God to magnify the worth of God by giving sinners the right and the power to delight in God without obscuring the glory of God." I really, really love this quote. 2 things that I put on this journaling card as well is I am empowered by God's favor over me, and I have the right to delight in God. It is such a blessing that we have favor and this grace that God bestows on us. It should be empowering to us so we can go out and do God's work, so we can go out and bless other people's with those blessings that He has blessed us with. It was such a convicting message for me to be empowered by grace and not really hide the grace that God has given me, but to really be empowered by it, to share it, to extend that. And just the beautiful words of John Piper, along with the scripture, really touched my heart. And the devotional was really good, guys. Day 3 was definitely one for the books. So you see that on this journaling card, which came with the kit, I go ahead and I put empowering favor with these tau alphas. The tau alphas I used like in that green sage color, just because there's already lots of greens and reds, and I just wanted to really add some more green. So now we have green in the leaves, in this subtitle, and also the little ByTheWell4God truck, which is so cute. And so I'm going to also use a tab here. And here I am going to use, because it's a very slim section, I'm going to use the zigzag glue to kind of adhere that. And this is going to make it easy for me to pull this card in and out from the pocket. I'm also going to block out and add John Piper to the section that is the quote from the devotional. So I can keep that apart from the 2 points that I put as notes. I continue to use the adhesive to lay down the truck. This adhesive really is a good one. It's very strong. I'm just fiddling with the sleeve here. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the other tab as well over on the side. In this interleave Bible, I'm actually doing side tabs versus tabs on the top. And I am using bow clips or like other things like clips that are a little bit more robust towards the top of my Bible. So now I'm going to take the bow clip that also came with the kit, and I am going to tie this in a different type of knot. I got this idea from Lindsay, and I have been doing it ever since because it actually makes my bows lay flat, and I love this type of bow. I'm just going to pull it really tight on both ends. It's just a simple knot and clip that towards the top. And now I'm going to work on my main title. So using the Truck of Blessings stamp set, I'm going to use this long rectangular stamp acrylic block, and I'm going to stamp down the word blessing. So I'm going to use that VersaFine Onyx black ink again, inking up my stamp really good. Adding that matte back in to make sure that I get a good impression. You'll see my head and my hair a little bit just because I'm really trying to press really hard to make sure I get a good impression. And I'm going to do that twice because I want my title to read Blessing on Blessing. So here you'll see me rock in a bit because I'm almost at the crevice of this Bible. That is it, darlings. I love how this turned out. Let me close this glue before it dries up on me. I love how this turned out. I kind of wanted the black and white stamped leaves to kind of be popped out a little bit more, but I still love how it turned out. I love the simple title with everything going on. It really brings in the black from the typing and the leaves in the background. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, I hope you consider subscribing and sticking around and being part of my darlings. If you have any questions or comments, I'll try to link everything that I use below. Don't forget to hit that like button and the bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for joining me. Each and every video is here. God bless, darlings. Bye.